Alright, so let me just click. So welcome to my Google slide presentation on how to smoke your competition like Ayanokoji kiyotaka. This isn't like your normal like dopamine edit video. This not be like a full like slideshow. So let's begin. Alright. So look around. Most teenagers are sucking on a fuzzy peach vape, skinny, and they're around like 120 pounds, and their only source of money is coming from their part-time job, where they trade their time for money and learn no real skills. But why is this? It's the same reason as to how Ayanokoji was able to smoke his competition as well. You always hear motivational gurus saying take actions, etc. But if you actually look at someone in the classroom of elite, like Ryueen, he takes action like right away. He takes action like whether it's sabotage, you see him like beating up someone on this actual like image right now, and like stuff like that. But there's a problem with that, because although yes, you can just take action, there's like a limited output you can actually produce with that amount of action, as you don't have like enough knowledge to actually complete the most skilled task. Alright, but let's get to the meat and potatoes. So like, how do you actually smoke your competition? Here comes Ayanokoji and Arisu. They're both at the top of the hierarchy of the classroom of the elite. That is because they have knowledge coupled with their actions. So as a teenager trying to smoke your competition, which is basically every man on this planet, what do you even need to know? Well, let's see, what's the next slide? Okay, so what to begin? You have to realize that the real power, the real advantage in this game of life comes from this mix of knowledge, strategy, and timing. The world isn't a straightforward battlefield where the loudest or the most aggressive wins. It's more like a chess game, like you see in the photo, where every move counts, and sometimes the quietest move is the most powerful. So let's break it down. Those teenagers with their PG vapes and their part-time gigs, they're playing the game, sure, but they're playing it on a surface level. They're like the pawns moving one step at a time, unaware of the big picture. Now there's nothing wrong with being a pawn, especially if you're just learning the ropes, but you don't want to stay a pawn forever, right? That's where characters like Ayanokoji and Arisu come in. They're not just players, they're grandmasters. They see the whole board. They understand that every move has a consequence and every player has a role. They're not just reacting, they're orchestrating. And that's where you want to be. So to smoke your competition, you need to start thinking like a grandmaster. And it's not just about doing things, it's about doing the right things for the right reasons at the right time. It's about understanding the rules of this game and then playing them to your advantage. So you need to start learning, not just what's in the textbook, but real world stuff. How do people work and blah 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 blah. But the point here is just like to not be busy, but to be effective. So now I'm gonna put you on your first task. Alright, so now let's get to the first task. So the first task is I'll be answering these 7 questions. These 7 questions are a prerequisite to before like you find the knowledge, because you need to first figure out yourself. So all these questions are pretty straightforward except for question 1. Question 1 is basically an analogy, so whether you're hunting antelope or field mice, so it's basically like, are you hunting long-term gratification or short-term gratification, and you need to figure that out because it's your own life. Leave that in the comments or just put that in a journal if it's too personal. So let's move on to the next slide. So let's come back to the first subject that I was talking about, knowledge. So nowadays everyone gets their knowledge from fake intellectuals like Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, and I don't even know, like basic books like How to Win It and Influence Friends. So things really started to click for me when I actually started to listen to esoteric wisdom from people like Manly P. Hall, Napoleon Hill, and Jim Rohn. Right? Because like, look at those frauds and then look at these guys. Like they look way more cooler in the first place. So these guys speak about ancient teachings that have been working from the beginning of time, and acts like you shall reap what you shall sow, we give in order to get, and trust the Lord. Right? And like even in the White Room, like they're not learning like peasant knowledge like how to win and influence friends. They're learning like esoteric wisdom. Like they're not learning from like Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro. They're learning from these guys. So here's the deal. Modern education gives you the basics, but to truly outdo others, you need to tap into the ancient wisdom. I'm talking about the teachings that have stood through the test of time. Esoteric knowledge that isn't mainstream. The wisdom that's found in old text philosophies and teachings, etc. So I'm not gonna just say like all this random shit. I actually have all this like set up for you guys. So I've compiled a list of free audiobooks, lectures, and my favorite esoteric wisdom in a playlist, and I'm putting it down in the description below. Alright, so no more wishy-washy stuff, like no more yapping. Now let's get into like the real shit. So programming your brain through brainwaves, like they probably did this in the White Room, okay? Cause like, to be honest, like the White Room is fictional, but like if they existed in real life, like they would probably use this method. So this is where things get really interesting. The idea here is about tapping into different states of your brain to unlock its full potential. So your brain operates at different frequencies like beta, gamma, alpha, theta, and delta. And each state is a key to a different kind of processing power. So beta waves are your day-to-day waking consciousness where you're alert and focused. Alpha waves kick in when you're relaxed and reflective, opening the door to creativity and calmness. Theta waves are deeper, associated with meditation, intuition, and memory. Delta waves are the slowest. They're linked to deep, dreamless sleep and healing. So harnessing these waves means to how to shift like through these waves like intentionally like can be like the key to like fucking like programming your brain, okay? So for example, by meditating and reaching a theta state, you can tap into deep levels of intuition and creativity. Or by using these techniques to stay in an alpha state, you can maintain a level of alertness that helps in learning and absorbing new information. So basically, like whether you're trying to like learn something or like trying to be creative or trying to make something, you can just find the brainwave that correlates with your problem and just be in that brainwave by like getting more sleepy or like being more relaxed, and then you can just be more efficient. But let's get to like the real thing, because I just thought of that. So why does this shit even matter? Like this is some rippy yappy like rippity rap. So well, if you ever see like successful people like Hamza, Andrew Tate, or Alex Hormozi, etc., they always do this. You can see how they like have this like unwavering confidence in how they program their brain into thinking they can do anything. Well, this is how you do it. So when you're about to be asleep, your brain is in this theta and delta state. These brainwaves are the most susceptible to programming. So essentially, when you're about to sleep, you want to pretty much feed the visualization of your dream life to your brain. This makes your brain legit think it's reality. So when you wake up with like burning energy and ready to make that visualization into a reality. Because the theta and what is the other one? Delta brain waves are like the most susceptible. So when you feed it like this programming, it's not think it's actually real. So when you wake up, you're just gonna be like, oh shit. Your brain's gonna be like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. They're not gonna think you're a loser because it's seeing that visualization. So number 3, no music equals satanic. Okay, so let's think about it. If you're a competition, like majority of like legit everyone listens to music. Well, music actually wires your brains to become like a bot, basically satanic. And let me explain why. So the music you listen to isn't just like some background soundtrack. I mean, I don't know what type of music you guys listen to. If you listen to like Lil Uzi, Lil Nas X, Doja Cat, I mean, not all of you guys do. I know some of you guys listen to like lo-fi hip-hop, like some shit like that, but let me just talk about this. So music is like not just music. It's a powerful force that can shape your mental and physical state. When you expose yourself to like this kind of music, especially the negative or low frequency kind, you're subjecting your body and mind to vibrations that can profoundly impact you. So for example, if you ever heard of like those type of like YouTube videos that have like high frequencies, they can actually help you study better. But when you listen to like music like these that have like really low frequency, like satanic, it just does the opposite effect. So the science here is clear. Different frequencies affect us in different ways. So high frequencies, positive sounds like those in the Quran are healing and uplifting. They're not just sounds, they're vibrations that resonate with your body cells, promoting mental clarity, emotional stability, and like etc. On the flip side, negative music can drag you down. It's like mental junk food. It pollutes your thoughts, emotions, and even affects your physical health. Like if you just like got broken up and just listen to sad music every day, you're literally gonna have a lower frequency because of those frequency sounds, and it's gonna make you just sad, even more sad, and maybe suicidal because you're just listening to like sad music. So if you just get away from music or be even smarter and just focus on listening to higher frequency sounds, you'll lift the frequency of your like mental clarity and be even higher up. Pretty much, like, that was like a little bit like, I kind of like misworded that a little bit, but you still get the point. So I've been talking a lot about like programming your brain, like satanic music, listening to esoteric wisdom, but like let's talk about like the basic shit that like if you're not even doing, you're probably getting smoked by your competition, which is a habit tracker and a daily routine. So over here you can see like my habit tracker, like meditation, workout, Wim Hof breathing method. It increases like your breathing ability and you can hold in your breath for longer. Running, posture braces, so you have like strong, confident body. Language, spine decompression before bed, because when you decompress your spine from like hanging on a pull-up bar, you'll release like dopamine, like endorphins, which will help you sleep better. Listen to high frequency music, something I was just talking about. Drink 4 liters of water so your brain works more. Fill up your water before bed, something you can do easily, which will help you the next day. Meditation again, and then post a video like work. And then this is a daily routine. This is like a random daily routine, but still, like, you get the point. You need to track your shit. You need to be efficient. You don't want to use your brain power, keep thinking, oh shit, what am I gonna do, what am I gonna do, what am I gonna do. It'll be more easier if you have everything listed out. If all you have to do is just do 6 things per day, even if you fucking fuck off like the entire day, but do these 6 things, you'll still be more productive than 99% of people. And hence, if you do that and then like everything else and be productive even more, you'll be smoking on that pack of your competition. Alright, so something I just need to say again. So when you read, you grow. When you scroll, you shrink. So this is the straight up wisdom. In a world that you're addicted to, like social media, where people are just scrolling through life, wasting hours on end, we need to be different. You need to read, because like no one even reads. Like every book you read is legit like a billionaire just telling you how he became a billionaire. They give you like different perspectives. It's just like expands your mind. It's like you don't need to read like how to win influence friends. You have to read like shit that you're interested about. Like for me personally, I like reading like really like dark, weird shit made by like a 33-degree Freemason talking about like wisdoms on life that legit no one even ever mentioned. Cause like even like what I'm saying, like you might have heard this shit before. I mean, I try to make it different, but like when you find books that you're actually interested in and like find like these unique shit, it makes like life more interesting. It makes you actually read it. And just scrolling, every time you scroll, you just become worse. You just regress. You want to grow. So let's go to like the last topic. So the last topic is going on a caveman diet. So like these modern day diets, like these just make you all retarded and stupid. That's why everyone's basically retarded, stupid, even me a little bit. So going on a caveman diet is basically raw milk, dates, steaks, eggs, and organic food. Like I know everyone that can't go on this, like pretty much, but like you want to just try to go as much as you can on this. So you don't want to not eat processed sugar, dairy, grains, alcohol. I mean, who the fuck drinking that? Processed food and legumes. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but pretty much your body's your temple, and when you put into it matters. So it's not just about nourishing yourself, it's giving your body the right tools to build muscle. So don't be a vegan, you gotta eat animal-based food so you can actually be fueled off like animals. So forget processed junk, eat like a caveman, and watch how your body transforms. And do I have a last slide? Oh yeah. So that's pretty much it for today. So thank you guys and peace. And if you like this new style of like videos where I'm just like talking unfiltered, like just speaking my mind, like no script, and like just trying to like stuttering a little bit and shit, like if you liked it, let me know, because like editing is like takes a lot of time. And yeah, okay, so peace on the street.